There are two types of cells, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells came before eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus. Eukaryotic cells have a nucleus where the DNA can be found. Bacteria and archaea are prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nuclear envelope around their DNA, so they have a nucleoid region. They have ribosomes that are inside of the cell. They have some cytoplasm and some cytosol. They have a cell membrane surrounded by a cell wall, and usually either have cilia, which move fluid past them, or they have flagellum for motility. That's about as exciting as they are. You are a eukaryotic cell. You are much more complicated. You have your DNA inside your nucleus, and you have lots of other organelles inside your cell membrane. Plant cells have a cell wall in addition to a cell membrane. They also have chloroplast, which you don't have. Inside the cell membrane, there are phospholipids. In the phospholipids, we have the hydrophilic heads and we have the hydrophobic tails. Notice that there's two layers, and the tails like to hide inside. There are different proteins that are embedded in the membrane to help with communication with other cells, help getting molecules into cells or out of cells. So these proteins are really important. You also have cholesterol, that is a steroid, remember, inside the cell membrane. They help to stabilize the cell membranes. So your cell membranes are a phospholipid bilayer, and they're not just made up of the phospholipids, they have other structures inside them. So your DNA is found inside the nucleus. Also inside the nucleus is the nucleolus. In the nucleolus is where the subunits for the ribosomes are made, and they get shipped out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. So your DNA is double-stranded, and it hangs out inside the nucleus. And we make mRNA in order to send the message out of the nucleus to the cytoplasm. Outside of the nucleus, there is the rough ER, and the rough ER has ribosomes on it. So these ribosomes is where proteins are made. These proteins then are going to get sent to the Golgi, which is over here, and the Golgi looks like flattened pancakes. The Golgi takes and modifies any molecules that come in, it sorts them, it packages them up so it can be sent out through a vesicle. That vesicle is going to fuse with the cell membrane, and then it's going to get sent out of the cell through what is called exocytosis. Exocytosis just means we're throwing it out. In the smooth ER is going to make things like lipids. Lysosomes are also found coming off of the Golgi, and they have special enzymes in them that help to break down molecules that are subunits that need to be broken down. If there's extracellular membrane, it will get sent to a lysosome to be broken down. If there's an organelle that is damaged, it will get sent to the lysosome to be broken down. And then those pieces can be reused to rebuild something else. So it's kind of like a recycling center. Plant cells don't have any lysosomes. They have vacuoles. They have very large vacuoles that help regulate the water balance inside of a plant. You can see in these cells that there are chloroplasts, and chloroplasts are green because of the chlorophyll inside. Peroxisomes also aid in the digestion of toxic substances that have been put into the body. The mitochondria is super important. This is where your body makes energy. Energy in the form of ATP. We use those glucose molecules in order to make actual energy that we use to move our muscles and do things like that. Plant cells have chloroplasts. In the chloroplasts, they actually make their own sugars. So they make their own food, so they're called an autotroph. Cytoskeleton is found inside of our cells, and it's kind of like scaffolding. We have microfilaments like the actin and the myosin that are found in our muscles. There's intermediate filaments, and there are also microtubules that are going to help with cell division and moving molecules within moving our chromosomes within our cells. Our microtubules also form what's called cilia. Our trachea is lined with cilia. Its job is to move fluid past the cells. If you are a smoker, those are the cilia that you are damaging. And those cilia are very important to get things that have been trapped in the mucus in your trachea out of your body. And if you damage them, then you end up with a horrible cough trying to get everything out. The other thing that microtubules form is called flagella. Flagella are used for motility in cells, and sperm is the only flagellated cell in the human body.